You are about to experience a passenger view ride through the entire length of the Cuyahoga Valley National Park aboard the Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad, from Rockside Station, located just north of the park, to Akron Northside Depot, located just south of the park. Cuyahoga Valley National Park is the first national park established to address the environmental crisis in the U.S. brought to public attention when the portion of the Cuyahoga River that flows through downtown Cleveland towards Lake Erie caught fire in 1969. Nationally, this incident led to the passage of the National Environmental Policy Act later that same year, followed by the establishment of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency towards the end of 1970. Locally, after a successful grassroots lobbying campaign by citizen activists in both the Cleveland and Akron metropolitan areas, federal legislation was passed in 1974 to protect and preserve the area of pristine woods and wetlands shown on this map that were being slowly destroyed by industrial development and pollution, by turning this region into a national park. The Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad runs along tracks that were once owned by the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad, that operated the Washington Night Express and Cleveland Night Express, overnight trains that provided passenger service between the Cleveland Terminal Tower and Washington, D.C. Union Station from the early years of the 20th century until 1962. Plans for restoring passenger service along these tracks with excursion trains through the Cuyahoga Valley began in 1972 with the establishment of the Cuyahoga Valley Preservation and Scenic Railway Association, which still operates and maintains these trains today. These excursions have been a major attraction at Cuyahoga Valley National Park from the time it was established to the present day, and they are the best way to become familiar with the park and its history on a first visit and travel between major sites of interest within the park on subsequent visits. Equipment on this train includes several coaches once used for commuter service in the Washington, D.C. area by the Maryland Area Regional Commuter System. You can tell from the shape and configuration of the windows on these cars that they were originally built as 22-roomette sleeping cars for solo passengers. These sleeping cars were originally owned by the Pennsylvania Railroad and were converted into commuter rail coaches and placed into service by the state of Maryland in 1981. Later on, the Maryland Area Regional Commuter System purchased new equipment for their own trains and now leases these coaches to the Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad. Also on this train is a snack bar car and a streamlined dome car used for premium first-class service that was originally built for the Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad for service on the California Zephyr.
or close to Peninsula. So the kids get to see, because Peninsula, they go like the North Pole. There's the skids that run on to pajama parade for the kids and that, where they run from one end to the other. Oh, this is Johnny's beginning. Where is the constant training on jams? Some training that I did. Full express. I need something else to do now. Sometimes coming in. They always have openings for training and things like that. Up in my training, I'm working towards my hat. If you notice, a lot of guys wear one hat. I don't have one yet because they decided that, you know, you got to really make a commitment. Training and do work. Like the one day I signed up on either an escort or a server. I still didn't have the training Steve.
Yeah, last year, Pacific bought Stevens
Okay.
weekends. From I think Wyoming, they still operate. It's pretty amazing.
Years ago, maybe a little bit sooner than that, we used to have a steam engine down here. And we run the rig.
I've read about it. They had to send different parts out to different shops all over the country to rebuild it. Oh yeah.
Next month or that on the steam. Yes. Unfortunately, the first weekend I'm up down at Boy Scout camp.
Sounds like you're doing armies.
I tried. I mean, the biggest crowd is for shoppers in the horse.
There in Belmont, I've had the band from us.
Yeah.
Well, they took it out to help
Right.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't.
Well, that's what people are calling dams, but they're like that far of a drop down in that, you know. But, people don't realize there's a 600-foot elevation between Cuyahoga and Acton. It goes up 600 feet. So that's why on the canal there's locks and everything in that, you know, that they used to put the canal boats up and down in that. And Canal Fold is the only place around that you can still ride a canal boat. It's a lot of fun. Well, welcome. I hope you guys have enjoyable trips today. You got to let me know. You're welcome. How's everybody today?
We're pretty good. I was going to ask you that. You're asking if I started that. A lot of money. Is that kudzu? Is that kudzu flying?
Probably. Yeah. It's all over.
That's a shame. Yeah.
Yeah. You're from the Cleveland area?
Well, my wife and I live in Stowe.
Okay.
We ride bike.
All right. What made you decide to come up and ride the train? What made you come up? I always wanted to ride a train.
Got a call. Let's go.
Great. Great. Well, thank you for coming. If there's anything I can do, let me know.
Feel like a drunken sailor.
Welcome to Peninsula, a tiny village with 565 year-round residents, located in the middle of Cuyahoga Valley National Park. This is a must-do visit, particularly for first-time visitors to Cuyahoga Valley National Park. This historic town was established in 1818 by settlers from New England in an area which had once technically been a part of Connecticut, a parcel of land granted to the colony by King Charles II prior to the American War of Independence. The village of Peninsula is the gateway to Cuyahoga Valley National Park, the nearest rail stop to the Happy Days trailhead for the stunningly scenic Haskell Run and Ledges trails. Getting to this trailhead in reasonable time requires a bike, but you can rent one at the bike store across the tracks from the Peninsula Depot. Less ambitious visitors can find a lot to see and do right in the village, with its 21 historic buildings owned and maintained by the Peninsula Foundation. You can simply do a quick, self-guided historic architecture tour or choose from a variety of short hikes along trails that pass through or start right in Peninsula, such as the Ohio and Erie Canal Towpath Trail or Buckeye Trail, both of which you can access right at the Peninsula Depot. Peninsula is also an ideal place within the park to find restaurants, cafes, and ice cream parlors. There is also a wide variety of stores selling antiques, artworks, gifts, and souvenirs.
Hello, and welcome aboard the Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad. We have a few quick announcements as we get underway. Each train car has a trash can, a recycle bin, and a restroom. We also have an audio tour available, so please ask your trainman if you're interested. During the ride today, if you're hungry or looking for a souvenir, please stop by the concession cart. We have lots of great CVSR merchandise, such as t-shirts, posters, and mugs. We also have all kinds of food, such as sandwiches, freshly popped popcorn, and hot dogs, along with a wide variety of other snacks. We are located in the center of the train and are open for the entire trip. New this season, we have season passes available so you can ride weekends in September, so visit cvsr.com for more info. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope you enjoy your ride.
Indigo Lake is the stop for another must-see attraction at Cuyahoga Valley National Park, Hale Farm and Village. This site is owned and operated by the Western Reserve Historical Society, which also operates an indoor museum located in Cleveland's University Circle District, an area which also boasts the Cleveland Museum of Art and Severance Hall, the home of the Cleveland Orchestra. Hale Farm and Village can best be described as Cuyahoga Valley National Park's version of Colonial Williamsburg. It consists of two areas: the Jonathan Hale family homestead farmhouse, pictured on the right, and Wheatfield, a reconstructed Western Reserve pioneer village. Hale Farm and Village is open Wednesdays through Sundays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. during the summer, June through August, and weekends only during September and October in the fall. Wheatfield is a fictional recreation of a typical Western Reserve pioneer village containing actual historic buildings relocated from various locations within the region. This is by far the most interesting part of Hale Farm and Village. During the summer months, historic reenactors assumed the roles of migrants from New England who established settlements in the Western Reserve in the early 1800s, along with their descendants, the first native Ohioans in the region. The reenactments are a recreation of life in Western Reserve pioneer villages during the Civil War years, 1862 through 1865. While you can certainly find demonstrations of glass blowing and candle making in Wheatfield, the most interesting things to experience are to be found in the homes, village green, and church that allow the visitor to experience the often difficult daily lives of the hardy pioneers who made their way west from New England to establish new lives in a region that had once technically been part of Connecticut. Note that although Hale Farm and Village is open on weekends during September and October, reenactments occur only during the summer months.